The Children's Commissioner's report from 2025 is entitled Sex is Kind of Broken Now. And it is. It really is. This subject has been swept under the carpet for far too long. And we owe it to our young people to start addressing it and educate them so that they know what they're really looking at.
To the Children's Commissioner of the UK, she did a survey in 2023. And what came up out of 1,000 students that were surveyed was that 10% of them had come across pornography by the age of 9, 27% by the age of 11, 50% by the age of 13. She's just done another survey that's just been released in August this year, 2025. 70% of young people are watching pornography now compared to 64% in 2023. Even in that short space of time, it's going up. When you look at the survey from 2023, the demographics, the ages of the students surveyed were 14 to 21. So some of them, the 21-year-olds, wouldn't have had the tech that we have now. So it's really ramping up, and our young people are being fed this content in many, many ways. Twitter is the most highest place that they're seeing it. It's designated porn sites popping up, like Snapchat, and Google it. One of my friends, her son, who's 8, he was just watching a YouTube clip and he heard one of the influencers mention the word Pornhub. So he just Googled Pornhub, and then he was bombarded with all this content that was really scary. It just would not stop coming up, pop up after pop up after pop up. His mom found it and she had to go and take that device and get it completely erased. But now he's that scared, he doesn't even want to go on YouTube anymore because it's just traumatised him such a lot. And we don't know the mental and emotional effects that's going to have on him for a long term. So with the content that the Children's Commissioner, the children have seen, 44% of it have depicted seeing rape or even people that are asleep. And 58% of respondents had seen porn depicting strangulation and other violent acts before the age of 18. 44% as well of young people said that if girls say no the first time, they can be talked around. And this has been heavily influenced from porn. There is such a lot of demeaning and violent things that are being portrayed out there that we need to protect our children from and educate them around. 69% of the young people had seen somebody pulling somebody's hair violently. 68% saw somebody being ejaculated on their face. 67% somebody being choked or gagged. 64% somebody being called names such as bitch, whore, slut, even more demeaning. 65% someone receiving anal sex. 63% somebody being slapped. 57% receiving sex from a sibling or a step parent. 44%, like I said before, receiving sex while they were asleep. Non-consensual sex is being really promoted. 53% of the students surveyed said that they watch porn due to peer pressure. And I feel that peer pressure is if you're doing something you feel really guilty about, if you get somebody else to do it, it alleviates that guilt a little bit. People are doing it because they want to fit in. And as you know, young people all feel like they don't fit in and they all want to fit in. 73% agreed that porn is affecting the way that they view other people and people's behaviour. 82% of children agreed that viewing online porn affects people's sexual expectations. Yeah. So if they're seeing very demeaning and violent acts, that's what they're feeling that they're having to be engaged in. Of course, 75% of the survey have said that it's affecting how they see their bodies and how the body image is viewed. The porn industry, this was stats that I worked out about 2 years ago. It is a £77 billion industry. But back in the day, the tobacco industries we're generating that kind of money from selling a product that we now know is seriously detrimental to our health. And now we're seeing the cracks in pornography, we're seeing the damage that it's doing to our young people in various different ways. Also, recently, in the early noughties, there's the opioid crisis where oxycodone was sold as a non-addictive drug, and it caused the deaths of lots of people because it was later found out it was addictive. And porn now is becoming one of the new drug, the most addictive things, because that dopamine hit that it gives our young people, it's intertwined with the procreative hormonal response. So it's the most powerful dopamine drive that they'll be up against. So what do we need to do about it? Yes, the government have brought in age verification in July this year, which is a really good step in the right direction. But a lot of our young people are tech savvy, and they're more tech savvy than me, I'll tell you that. And they can get around VPNs. But what we've seen in Louisiana, in America, when they put age verification in, yes, porn use went down by 80%, but dark web activity went up. And that is a place that we really do not want our children going. So the two-pronged effect, I think, is, yes, put the restrictions on, and I know there's more laws coming in to help protect the content that they're aiming to clear out, strangulation and things like that in pornography, but I don't know how they're going to police that. I believe the best way of dealing with it is education. So the company that I've set up is called Better Boundaries Online, launching a Porn Education Awareness Week in January 2026. And it's focusing on 5 days of different areas that we need to educate around pornography with the young people. Day 1 is the impact of porn on young people. Day 2 will be the addiction side of it. Day 3 is the human cost of exploitation. Day 4 will be the social media, how it's feeding porn to our young people, and how parents can be much more tech savvy, and how we really need to hold some of these social media companies accountable for what the content they're delivering. Then day 5 will be the ethical effects, and this is sadly up to 50% of porn on the internet now is estimated to be human and sex trafficking. So you're no longer watching prostitution, you're actually watching live abuse.
Quote that I love from the philosopher Alan Bloom, and it says, "Education is the movement from darkness to light, and the time has come to bring light into the darkness of porn."